We're gonna engage those abs, keep it nice and steady, and then lift that leg up and lower. Exhale, you lift and down. So I want you to think of reaching that leg all the way across the room. Get length through that leg and get it to at least about hip height, maybe a little bit higher. We're halfway there. You start to burn very, very quickly. Good, you got 5 more, ladies. Stay strong, stay steady on that ball. Pull those abs in. You have 2. Last one, lift and hold. Little pulses up for 10, 9, 8. Try not to bounce on the ball. You're here for 5, 4, 3, 2. Now hold it. You want that leg parallel to the floor. Circle it back and around. Back and around. You just have 8. Here's 7, 6. Again, stay stable. You have 3, 2, and of course we have to reverse it. You just have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Get that leg nice and long. Here's 3, 2, and 1. Whew. Take a little stretch over that ball. You should feel it in that whole side body on that right side. Now from here, you might have to readjust a little bit and find the exact right spot. But you're gonna keep that same position with the legs. This time the top leg is gonna lower down onto the mat. Both hands come behind the head here. We're gonna do a little oblique crunch for that top side oblique. So you exhale, lift, pinch, and down. Lift and pinch, and down. And down. So abs are super strong here. You're pinching that top side oblique. Doesn't have to be a very big range of motion, just until you feel that little pinch. You only have 3. You just have 2. Last one. Whew. And take a little stretch. Whew. Nice job, ladies. I'm gonna roll the ball over to the other side. We're gonna do a little bit of planks before we go to the other side for the obliques and the side legs. So we're gonna do planks with the elbows on top of the ball. If this is too challenging, feel free to do the planks down on the mat. And as you get stronger in your planks, you can come onto the ball. So from here, elbows are on top of the ball. And then really dig those elbows down deep into the ball. And when you're ready, step 1 foot out. You might want your feet a little wider for this than normal planks. And then step the other leg out. You can clasp your hands, you can make fists. Whatever you need to do, just bring the elbows directly underneath those shoulders. Stay super strong. I don't know if you can hear my voice, but I'm shaking. So those abs have to work overtime. Good, straight line from the head to those feet. Big inhales and exhales. 1 more breath. You got this, ladies. Keep your neck in line with your spine and lower it down. Woo. All right, other side for those obliques. So we're just gonna reverse it a little bit. We're gonna do obliques, and then we'll do those side legs. So bottom knee is down on the mat. Top leg is nice and long. Hands come behind the head. From here, you lift it up. Feel that little pinch and lower. Lift and pinch. So now we're working those left side obliques to feel that little pinch. Again, it doesn't have to be very big. Small and efficient is usually better for those muscles. Try and stay nice and straight, neck in line with your spine. You have 2 and 1. Take a little stretch over that ball. Big inhales and exhales, and then we get into those side legs here. So that right arm can stay down into the mat. Left hand can either go on the ball, behind the head, on the hip. I look on the hip just to make sure that I'm staying nice and stable. And then that left leg is out nice and long. From here, you lift the leg up and lower. You lift and down. So abs are still strong here. Thinking of sort of like a side plank, feeling through those abs. So your belly is pulled flat, your obliques are turned on. Lifting that leg just hip height, maybe a tiny bit higher. You got this, ladies. Neck in line with your spine. Try not to cock the head up or let it hang down. So it's nice and long to that diagonal. You have 3. You have 2. Last one, lift and hold. Little pulses up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, now hold it, circle that leg back. Second side is always the hardest because that bottom leg was supporting you on the other side, so it's already done a little bit of work. You have 3, 2, reverse those circles and get a little stretch. Inhale to start, exhale to finish. Stay strong, stay stable on that ball. That's the hardest part with working with the stability ball, is keeping stable. 2, 1. That's why it's called a stability ball, right? So it works your balance, works your whole body to keep stable, your core, everything. All right, let's take a quick little stretch before we move on. We're gonna get a little bit of back extensions and core work through the back here. But for now, we're gonna have those feet together, knees apart, and just take a little child's pose stretch with the hands on the ball. So you can kind of roll it out. And take a big stretch here. Maybe wiggle your hips a little, wag your tail to let those legs release. Should feel a nice stretch in the shoulders as well. Big inhales and long exhales. All right, so you're gonna roll that ball in a little bit. And again, we're gonna be working the back and the core here. So from here, you're gonna lay your stomach on top of the ball. Kind of drape yourself over it. So your hands come down onto the mat in front. And then your feet are gonna be out nice and wide, about as wide as your mat here. So from here, it's kind of like a plank, but you're really supported through the ball. We're gonna work the back. Again, the goal here is staying as stable as possible on that ball. So from here, you're gonna reach the right arm and the left leg out nice and long. Kind of feel squeeze in the back, the glutes, the shoulders, and then down. Then lift that left arm, right leg, and down. You lift, and down. Good. Find that length. And down, again, finding that little pinch. Feel that length. Ooh, I almost lost my balance. And down. Good. Other side. And down. Good. Lengthening through the fingers, through the toes, neck in line with your spine. You're looking down at your mat. And lower. You lift. Take your time here. And lower. And don't worry about getting super, super high. Just find your own range here. It doesn't have to be big, remember. You want more efficient movement, more control than trying to make everything super huge, super fast. So take your time, find that stability, maybe pause, and then lower it back down. Good. We're gonna do 3 more on each side. And down. Good. Find that length. And down, again, finding that little pinch. Each side, you have 2 more each side. Good, 1 more on each side, so you should feel some warmth in the whole back chain of the body. 1 more. So you're even right and left, and then lower it down. Ooh, take a little rest over that ball. Again, readjust if you need to. And then from here, feet are still nice and wide, about as wide as your mat. Extend the arms out long to the side, so you're like a T shape with those arms. Still looking straight down into the mat. You're gonna lift into a little extension, and then lower it back down. So I still want your abs super strong here. Pulling your navel in towards your spine, feeling length through the crown of the head, squeezing those shoulder blades as you lift into that extension. So try not to feel any compression in that lower back. And come in more through that upper back, the shoulder blade area, opening up the chest, and keeping that gaze slightly forward, not too far in front of you. Good, we got 5 more. Good, here's 4. Squeeze all of those muscles. Glutes are nice and strong, you have 2. And last one. Good, take a little rest. Let those arms hang down, just letting yourself drape over that ball. Should feel kind of nice on that low back, sort of like a little decompression. And then 1 more here, we're gonna have those feet nice and wide, and you're gonna reach the arms long in front of you. So from here, you're gonna lift into like a little Superman, and then lower. You lift, and down. Exhale, squeeze the back body. So this is a little harder here. You might not get as much range of motion, and that's totally fine. Think again about that squeeze through the upper body, feeling that length through the crown of the head, drawing those shoulder blades down your back. You've got this, ladies. Good, big lift and lower. You've got 5 more. Reach long through those arms, shoulders away from those ears. You have 3. You have 2. Last one, and down. Woo. Feeling that whole back body here. Let's take another little child's pose. Roll that ball out and let that low back release. Big inhales and exhales. Breathe into that low back. Woo. And then roll it all the way up. I don't know about you ladies, but I am sweating. All right, so from here, we're gonna kind of find the same sort of position, but we're gonna roll the ball a little bit lower. So it's gonna come down more towards our pelvis for a little bit of leg work here. So I'm gonna just kind of roll back to or scoot back to the edge of my mat, drape myself over the ball, and then kind of walk out until, again, the pelvis is over the ball. So you're in even more of a sort of plank position here through the upper body. So don't just let your belly hang here, scoop your belly up, lengthen through this crown of the head, pull your navel towards your spine and feel length through the low back. Then from here, turn those toes out, and you're gonna be doing little booty lifts here. So you're gonna lift the legs up and lower. So very similar to what we just did, but now we're focusing more through the legs, through the glutes, and lifting up the lower part of the body here. So you lift and down. Next, still in line with your spine, pressing those hips into the ball, keeping the belly pulled in, and really squeezing through those glutes. Nice job, ladies. Exhale as you lift. Here's 2, and last one. Nice job, ladies. Now from here, keep this position. You're gonna bring the soles of the feet together and bend through the knees. If the soles of the feet don't totally touch, no worries, at least those heels. So you have kind of a little diamond shape through the legs. And then again, abs are super strong. You're gonna lower those legs down. Exhale, you lift. Down, exhale, you lift. So it's like a little diamond lift here. Shoulders again are out of those ears. Abs are super strong. Make this from the glutes. You lift and down. Now, don't forget about those arms. Stay strong through the shoulders, strong through those abs. So again, full body working on this exercise as well. Gotta sneak it in when we can, right? Just 2 more, and last one. Whew. All right, bend those knees a little bit more, and then from here, you might need to roll back just a little bit. Lift it up, hold it. Little pulses up for 10, 9, 8. Neck in line with your spine. Squeeze to lift. Strong through the shoulders. You have 2, and 1, and down. Whew. All right, one more child's pose just to stretch out that back. Whew. All right, we're getting that booty and that core from all angles. Big inhale and exhale here. Almost done, ladies. Got a few more rounds. So you're gonna roll your spine up. Whew. All right, so we're gonna come into a little bit more ab curls. So from here, sitting on top of your ball, and we're gonna roll the ball out so that our pelvis is on the ball. My thighs are about parallel to the floor. Feet firmly pressing into the mat, about hip distance apart. We're gonna go into a little bit of ab curls here, so hands are gonna come behind your head. Just take a stretch over that ball for a second. Feel a little extension through your spine. It should feel pretty nice. Through the abs, you get a little stretch through the ribs. And I want you to find just a little extension every time you come back over the ball. It doesn't have to be this big, but just a little extension to really increase that range of motion and get those abs burning. All right, so you want to keep the ball as steady as possible. When you're ready, slightly tuck your chin towards your chest and then curl it up into an ab curl. Try and flatten your belly at the top of that curl. And then inhale, little teeny extension, exhale, curl it up. Inhale back, exhale, curl it up. Again, you want to try to keep the ball from moving so it stays totally steady. as you curl up. You don't want to roll back and forth. If you're rolling back and forth, you're cheating. Good. Elbows nice and wide. Neck nice and long. Imagine an orange between your chin and your chest. And at the top of that ab curl, a little shake is a good thing. Good. Nice job. Just curl it in. Feel that length through the crown of the head. You have 3. Here's 2. Last one. We're going to add a little twist. So you come up, twist towards the right, lower it down, twist towards the left. Just alternating side to side. Again, try not to move that ball. It stays super steady. If it's moving too much, you're not using those abs efficiently. Lift and twist, down through the center. Lift and twist, and down. So hips are staying steady, feet stay planted into the mat. You exhale, curl. Inhale back. Lift and twist, down through the center. Lift and twist, and down. Nice job, ladies. 3 more on each side. Stay strong. You have 2 more on each side. Good. Last one each side. You got this. Nice, ladies. Now, from here, take a little stretch over that ball. Big inhales and exhales. Let those ribs open up. And then we're going to change up our position a little bit. So roll it up. And then from here, you're just going to scoot back a little bit. You're going to roll the ball and walk the feet forward enough so that the ball comes behind like the shoulder blade area. And then from here, lift up through the booty, so you're squeezing those glutes. Bring those hands straight up towards the ceiling and clasp those hands up. Now from here, we're twisting towards your spine. So you're going to rotate, bring the arms over towards your left, center, over to the other side, and up. So you're twisting and up, twisting and up. In the center, you should be able to rest your head for a second. So when you twist over to the side, you might have to hold that head up, work all those muscles in the neck, but try not to stress it out. So you're twisting and up, twisting and up. You twist, so you're twisting through those obliques, through your spine. You're also getting a little bit of secret glute work in there because, again, gotta sneak it in there, right? And twist. 3 more on each side. And up. You twist. And lift. You got 2 more on each side. Good. Stay lifted through those glutes. 1 more each side, ladies. And twist. Whew. Let's take a little stretch over that ball. Maybe extend those legs out, extend the arms out, get a nice big sort of rainbow stretch here. Should feel kind of nice on the abs. All right. And then roll it all the way up. All right, last round here, ladies. So we're going to kind of find that same position that we were just in with the ball around the shoulder blade area. And we're going to do some bridges with the ball behind the back this time. So booty is going to be working, and this last round that we're going to do is going to be a little stretchy as well. So sit back, and we're going to roll the feet, or the ball, down as we walk those feet out. Again, readjust the ball if you need to. Let's bring those hands behind the head. And then from here, you're going to let the hips drop down to the mat. Exhale, squeeze and lift. Down, squeeze and lift. So you're getting that glute squeeze to lift and all of that core work. Again, try to keep the ball pretty steady. It'll wobble a little on this one. Lift. Down, lift. Neck in line with your spine. So looking just a little bit in front of you. Try not to look way up to the ceiling. And lift. Down, squeeze, lift. Let's do 3. You have 2. Last one. Whew. All right, now from here, again, a little stretchy, but still gonna be pretty challenging on that stability and those legs. So if you need to, hands can come down to the mat for a second. You're gonna cross that left ankle to the right knee. Hips are down. Now from here, you lift, squeeze through that right hamstring and down. So fingertips can come down to the floor for a little bit of a modification. Or if you want more of a challenge, you can reach those fingertips in front, hold it, and down. It's a little bit more challenging, so again, find which variation you need. When you lower the hips down, you'll get a little hip